I'm Emmett Price, and I'm the lead mentor in the D-Min program in biblical worship. There's a common misnomer here that worship is a 20-minute musical set, that worship is a time when we engage around songs, and we understand that worship is a lifestyle. Here in our biblical worship D-Min track, we want to train you how to train others to understand that your very essence is about worship. How you live your life, the integrity, the character that you live with is all a part of your worship. Your stewardship is a part of your worship. We take the authority of the scriptures as our guide as we talk about what it means to worship. We understand that God has infused within us the power to worship. But the question is, how do we do it? And how do we do it appropriately? And how do we do it relevantly to what's going on today? In this world, we know that we have a multitude of problems and challenges globally. But the one thing that always stays the same is God, the Bible, and our desire to worship. It's a 3-year residential program. We have 3 residencies. The first residency is on the content. What does the Old Testament and the New Testament say about worship? How do we really become informed about what was the practice there in the Old Testament times and the New Testament times? And how do we exegete Scripture so that we're really informed about biblical worship? Our second residency is on context. How do we look at the various situations and circumstances that our ancestors worshiped, as well as how do we become relevant to contemporary culture, and how do we interact in that? Our third residency is on the components of worship. We take a fine-tuned look at prayer, liturgy, litany, music, drama, art, literature, and the various spiritual formations and practices that we use in terms of worship. How do we look at sacramental spaces? How do we look at architecture? How do we look at sound design? These are things that are very important as we think about worship in your space. If you are a senior pastor, a worship pastor, a liturgist, a psalmist, a musician, one who designs worship centers, worship spaces, if you're one who designs meaningful worship settings, this D-Min track is for you. We've had students from all around the globe to come here and study together as part of the cohort, and we invite you to do so as well.